It's a new year, and with T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan with eligible iPhone trade-in.
So I can FaceTime with my sister in Savannah.
That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on every plan. All on America's 5G leader in coverage. T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits and a new line plus tax. If you cancel credit, stop and balance on required finance agreement may be due. Contact us for well-qualified buyers. Qualifying consumer plan required. See coverage and offer details at T-Mobile.com.
And yet another free pick for this Saturday from Joe Duffy's Picks. Got the biggest play of the entire season in the industry from Joe Duffy's Picks for Saturday. And it's a marquee game, to say the least. Notre Dame and Michigan. It's the NBC non-conference game of the year among two college football wise guy plays. It's an angle we won with so many times over the years, going back to our score phone days. And well, we'll give you a hint. You have seen the totals winner wise guy play as well. So a side and a total. And the total goes at 3:30 Eastern Time. So make sure you join us for that big Saturday. Yeah, we're going to have bigger Saturdays before the year's out, obviously. But this is a big enough one as well. Joe Duffy's Picks at offshoreinsiders.com. Let's get to your free winning selection. Indiana returns just 3 starters on defense, as it's Indiana and Florida International. Indiana returns just 3 starters on defense, including their top 5 tacklers. IU, their leading rusher, Morgan Ellison, is suspended. 740 yards rushing last year and 6 touchdowns, twice getting Big Ten Freshman of the Week. Florida International, perfect 4-0 straight up as home dogs last year, winning by an average of 15.5 points per game. Of course, they got Butch Davis down there. Very good coach, underrated coach. And, remember, it was like 15 years ago that I heard Dan Marino interviewed on ESPN. And remember, this guy's, he played his college football in Pittsburgh, his high school football at Central Catholic in Pittsburgh, and then played his entire NFL career in Miami. So he knows a little bit about hot and cold weather, right? And I remember him saying it is so much tougher for a cold weather team to go down and play in a hot weather than vice versa, and that maybe we as fans, when we're watching the snow, and you can see they show the fans in the stands that are, wrapped up and dressed like Eskimos, maybe it's more pronounced to us when the other happens. But the truth is, when you have a colder weather team like Indiana heading to Florida International, it is supposed to be hot, pretty good chance of rain, and these Florida players, look, most of these guys are from Florida, they play in the rain, so the weather is going to be very conducive to the home team. Wouldn't be surprised if Florida International wins it outright, but your free pick from Joe Duffy's Picks, Florida International plus the 10.5. Once again, Florida International plus the 10.5. If you like this information, please literally like us, or if you're watching us on Periscope, give us a heart. Make sure you share it, comment, embed, retweet. Yeah, still most of our views are on demand, not necessarily live, and a lot of these free picks we don't actually specifically schedule. So definitely comment, even if you're watching on the rebroadcast. That will help us. That tells you want more information like this. And, of course, we are brought to you in no small part by MyBookie.ag, one of the best sports books in the world. And again, I'm a professional sports handicapper, professional sports gambler. Don't do the casino stuff much, but I've seen a bunch of people there who tell me they love the live dealers there, as far as playing blackjack and poker and craps, and you can play all the casino games as well. Most importantly, you'll get paid on time 100% of the time. Easy deposit, easy withdrawal. Use that promo code of Duffy, D-U-F-F-Y, and you will get a 50% sign-up bonus. Also, Stevie Vincent at offshoreinsiders.com has for you a big portfolio for tomorrow as well. Stevie Vincent is on a staggering run of 8-2 in college football. And thank you, Jamarian Green, who is joining us. And as we said, I know this is unscheduled. Remember, the ones that are definitely going to be scheduled are going to be every single Sunday. The NFL tailgate party, which was enormously popular when we did it with our friends over at SBR last year, although even then, still a good part of our views were on demand. But, so these are unscheduled, a lot of these free picks, just basically when we're ready, man. I work hard, and it's going to be ready when it's ready. But thank you, Jamarian. I think I pronounced that correctly. But yes, Florida International is our winner. But Stevie Vincent also off to a great start. Known Stevie since the Scorephone days. Probably the best technical handicapper in the business. If you like those stats and trends, Stevie has hit 8 out of 10 in football. Tough loser tonight, but he has a couple winners in football tomorrow, and even bigger in baseball. He's the totals king. He's got his threesome of my life in Major League Baseball. Great when it comes to evaluating pitching, and it's all at offshoreinsiders.com. And as I said, there are other sports books as well. We like mybookie.ag because they give us a specific promo code, which works for our podcast and our videos. But visit offshoreinsiders.com. We have about a half dozen sports books there are literally hundreds of sports books out there. I'm telling you, I've been in this industry before there was an offshore. I know people at different offshore sports books. I've betted a bunch of them. I know people who bet a ton of money. The only sports books that are on offshoreinsiders.com are the best in the world. There's about a half dozen that stand head and shoulders above the rest. They all pay on time, every time. Offshoreinsiders.com.
Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier with Wi-Fi speeds over a gig. It's more than enough speed to power all your devices. Introducing Gig Wi-Fi, new from Xfinity. Go online, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply.